Like, you're going to start seeing a lot more people in tarot land, okay? You're going to see a lot more people going underground, so to speak. You're going to see you're going to see a change with these people where they're not going to be as open with their healing as they are now. They've already started doing it. So you'll see it where they've started making member pages and started putting certain readings under their memberships now, where you gotta pay now to see, where they getting something off it, whether they're right or wrong for what they're doing. Oh my gosh, ridiculous. But that's what's happening is I've noticed that this is what's happening with tarot readers all across YouTube. A lot of them, I've noticed, have anxiety around being wrong. Where some of them have had to come out and make videos about the outcome of the election. These are the type of people I'm talking about. They're going to be like sort of making things a lot more private like now. Or they're going to do readings about people outside of themselves that you all also know. Like celebrities. I mean, that is a safe way, so to speak, for them of doing this. Where they also protect their business, because a lot of this is a business for them as well. Even though it's supposed to be for healing, we all know setting a price to a healing is questionable. And if we don't all know that, I'm questioning why. But yeah, that's what I've noticed about a lot of these readers. I also take issue with a lot of these readers saying that their tarot reading videos are for entertainment purposes only. But they're talking to spirits and asking them to show what everybody is not privy to. I just need people to understand that we don't all serve the same spirit. I know this because we do not all have the same spirit. There are different spirits out there, although there is only one divine. So I hope you understand that. We all come from one divine, and of the one divine, we have our guides, so to speak, or our angels, or the sub-divines, if you will. The sub-divines. So we have the sub-divines. We have the sub-divines that kind of guide us. they guide us and they heal us. That's what they're supposed to be doing. But what I've noticed is the messages are only speaking to the subdivine's order. So if your subdivine was Sagittarius, then that would be the energy that you attach to spiritually. And that's the energy that you resonate with more spiritually. This is just an example. It would be Sagittarius. That would be the subdivine that guides you and helps to create the wisdom. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is how you know somebody don't have respect for somebody. If they are calling this person by a name other than that person's name, they don't have no respect for you. Or they are not talking about you. They're talking about like I said. This is how you know if somebody has respect for you. If they are calling you by your name or a supportive name that you and that person have a mutual understanding of, like Baby Bear or Snookums or something like that, which is a sign of support or care. If they're not saying something like that, but calling you something other than your name, they don't respect you. Especially if this person is a stranger and don't know you. That's awkward behavior to me. That they're calling you something other than your name. They don't respect you. That's what that means. And that also means they personally don't want to be attached to your name. That's also what that means. They will attach to something other than your name. Even if that name is derogatory. Ooh. I've never understood why somebody can't call somebody else by their name until now. I know it has a lot to do with respect. Absolutely. It has a lot to do with respect and honor with words like this. If I were you, I wouldn't answer to anything other than my name, ever. If it's not my name, don't answer to it. If it's not your name, don't answer to it. You have a name. A name that you and the person that you're talking to should have a mutual understanding of. So that when you guys go into conversation about each other or with each other, the way that you approach that person or respond to that person or get this person's attention is by that mutual understanding, whatever name that is. So if they're not calling you by your name, I'm going to assume there's no mutual understanding there, and therefore it may be some lack of respect issue for some reason. So I will not answer to anything other than the name that I would like to be called, or a name that me and another person has a mutual understanding about, not a stranger. Ooh, it be pissing me off looking at these people talking about spirit. They be talking about spirit and saying things coming through spirit. But Spirit didn't tell you to call somebody by something other than their name. That was something you chose to do. And that includes if you call somebody by a name that's not theirs, but on the inside, you know who you're referring to when you say that name. So Spirit is going to definitely know if it's on the inside. These people are ridiculous, but these people will be included in the type of people I was talking about earlier when I said that these people are going to start privatizing their things now. Things are going to be more underground. You're not going to have as much openness and flexibility anymore with them. There's a reason for that. What the hell? What is this mess? How can a reader be talking to Spirit? How can a reader be talking to Spirit but then change Spirit's message? You can't do that. I've watched this happen over and over and over and over and over. The message that's coming out is not the message they're delivering. What did I say? Tarot card reading is not a joke, and it's not for entertainment purposes either. If you have not been ordained to do tarot or read from the keys, they will lock on you. They will turn on you. That's what they will do. We've already seen that happen already, hence the election. It will turn on you. You cannot give messages. You cannot receive messages and not give them the way you receive them. This is you no. That's like breaking a commandment. You can't do that. You have to call the cards as they lay. I'm pretty sure people have heard that before. You do have to call the cards as they lay. So the message that comes out is the message you have to deliver. You cannot put your own spin on the message. Or let me say it like this. You cannot give the message so that the way it is received could be deemed different than the way it was intended. And the ones that are doing this will know exactly what I'm talking about. You can't do that. I can tell you now, it's a lot of unhappy people, a lot of miserable people as well, that fall in this category. And I can tell. I can tell. It comes out. Even if they don't think they're showing it, they are. I can see it. But that is wrong for you to be asking Spirit for messages and then you're not delivering the messages as you receiving them. You're putting your own twist and turn on it, where the person who is listening may not receive it the way it was intended. And that is not going to hurt. Let me say it like this. It can cause damage to the people, but it is going to cause damage to you because you did it. I don't know what to say about people. Another example of what I was talking about when I said you cannot change the message where the way you receive it is not the way you're giving it. Another example of what I'm talking about is a reader pulling a card, placing it as it came out on the table, and then flipping the card and reads it that way. No, you can't do that. Or you can. but you're going to deal with the consequence of doing that. I don't mind you watching my videos at all. But what I do have a problem with is when you take from my intelligence and then you use it on your own channel. My intelligence, meaning what you heard from me, my video. And then you use it for your channel. I'm going to have a problem with you. Especially if you don't if you don't support where you got your information. I mean, how you gonna turn my intelligence into a whole topic, but then you don't say what brought you to this? You just say, oh, I've been seeing it everywhere. Oh, nah, fuck that. I will not be putting my shit out here anymore for these people, because there's a lot of them doing this. That shit is not cool at all. At all. At all. Because if I'm going to use work or the intelligence of another person's channel, then the other person's channel is going to be a reference. So you'll know where I got my video topic from. That's what I do. But there's people out here listening to other people's stuff and gaining their intelligence about things. And then they're coming back and they're doing whole videos in reference to that topic, but that they're not referencing where they got their topic from. They're just making it seem like it's their own conscious coming up with what, like their own conscious summarizing some stuff and putting it out there. No, your conscious got information from somebody else, which means you use somebody else's intelligence to help you come to that summary. That's what that means. But I don't appreciate you coming to my channel and you then making a video and your topic seems to be focused around something that I spoke about in my video. And I know you've been to my videos. So please don't do this, ever. Stop doing this if you're doing this, because that's not okay. You're stealing information. If you're doing this, because that is my intelligence that you're using to create topics for your channel. Because it wasn't until you saw my video, whether you use other videos or not, it wasn't until you see my video that your topic seemed to be focused around the area where I was focused in my video. Interesting. Please don't do this. I don't have to show you shit. Let me tell you one thing about me. I don't have to show you shit. If I see something and I'm not ignorant to something, that doesn't have anything to do with you continuing to be ignorant about that thing. I don't have to prove shit to you as a spiritualist. I take what I do seriously. And like I said, everybody does not speak to the spirit I speak to. And that's what I know. But when I say something, it's because I know something, whether you know it or not. I don't have to produce receipts for nobody. You either believe it or you do not. I don't have to produce anything. But what I know is what I know. I'm not responsible for what you do not know. At all. Especially after the fact. No. Because what you don't understand or what you are ignorant of has nothing to do with me. I cannot help that I am not ignorant to something that you are. I don't have to produce everything. Everything is not tangible. Let's start there. Every receipt is not tangible, whether you believe that or not. Produce receipts. I don't need to produce receipts for everything, although if I say something or if I know something, it means that I'm not ignorant to something that you may be. That's what that means. People are a trip. Yeah, because I know that there's a lot of snakes on YouTube that are out here slithering all around and picking up things here and there, and then coming back and doing healing messages and spirit videos and stuff like that around what they're seeing and hearing on YouTube. That shit got me, it's got me on edge. I don't like that shit. I'm going to be doing my own thing independent of YouTube. No, because I want all my stuff copyright, and I want to make sure that all my stuff belongs to me. And if I hear anybody like it, or if you want access to my information, you will have to pay. And I am absolutely fine if I have one person or no people. I'm still going to put out my messages, the messages that I need to put out. My calling is through astrology and tarot and spirituality. Okay, that's my purpose. And when I get ready to do my readings, you're not just going to get my information freely so you can bite off of it freely. That's not how that's going to go. If you want my information so you can bite off of it, you want to pay me first. Because I'm going to take up your energy if you're going to take up mine. So the astrology readings that I do on here for YouTube is for topics of things that I'm doing videos on or that have my interest at the time. That's not necessarily my relationship stuff. I don't do a lot of my relationship stuff on YouTube. I haven't even started doing my relationship videos yet. That's coming, but that's not going to be on YouTube. And what else? And any readings that I do so any of the readings that I do for couples or people in relationships that come to me, or any of them, they will not be on YouTube unless I get consent. But yeah, they will not be on YouTube because people like to just be nosy and they just want to see what you're doing. And you have some people out here who are looking to learn your skill. I noticed that too. They're looking to learn your skill so that they can kind of perfect it to their own, as their own. You're gonna pay me if you want my energy, that you want to take from my energy that way, where you want to look at the stuff that I'm doing and try to benefit more from it than than what's given. You're gonna pay me because I don't appreciate people doing this, and I see people doing this. They do their little videos about certain topics, and as I'm listening to them, they're talking more and more, and it's like, it sounds like you've been listening to a lot of us, because I kind of hear my stuff in there too. And that's okay, but you're not going to do that with my spirituality, my tarot, my astrology work. You're not going to do that with, That's why I don't talk about it on here like that, but I will do readings about the things that I do talk about. I decided not to because I see what's going on YouTube, and it's very disturbing to me. No, you're not going to bite from me. You're going to pay me if you want to see anything that I'm doing, because I'm going to get from your energy if you're going to get from mine. I want y'all to keep in mind that I also told y'all in one of my videos about the type of people that I attract. A lot of these people are the people I'm talking about when I say don't take from my intelligence, okay? These are covert narcissists. They are coverts. A lot of them are coverts. A lot of them are vulnerable. Some of them are grandiose. I covered a story on one of them, or I covered a story involving one of them. But these are the type of people that I attract, and I know their energy is all around my channel and everything. And I know because I've been to these channels and I've seen the topics and heard the things that they were saying, and I'm just like, I really do unnerve you. That's good. I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to. My energy's supposed to do that. But yeah, I just wanted to say that I did a video about that. That those are a type of people that they are a type of people, not all, a type of people that I attract. Covert narcissists. It's interesting because if you read the comments of these pages, that these people who follow them and these subscribers, not all of them, but many of them will leave comments, and they think the same way that these people do. So y'all continue to keep birds of a feather in your head. Always keep that in your head. Okay? There's a reason why these people are resonating with her and her channel, or him and his channel. There's a reason why. But I can tell you, what I can tell you is, if you resonate with that energy, you do not resonate with mine. And that's what I know. That if you are somebody that resonates with this person's energy that I'm talking, or these people's energies that I'm talking about, these coverts, these vulnerable narcissistic types, these snakes, people who are just going from page to page, channel to channel, looking at people's stuff, taking from their intelligence, seeing what they're doing or seeing what they're talking about, and then taking it for themselves, taking what they've heard and what they've understood and bringing it back to their own platform or channel and making a topic about that information. Whether it was one channel, 2 channels, 3 channels, you did it. It doesn't matter. These are other people's intelligence that you're taking from. And you think you don't get to give them credit. Instead, you're just going to bite by talking about the things that you heard, but not telling anyone where you got your information or what made you, how did you stumble upon it, and you can't go into any of that. You just summarize it all by saying, oh, I've been watching things here and things there. But when people can pick out things about your video that they know they talked about, and it's multiple things that you talked about in your video that people can pick out, that is a problem. Because then if you oppose it or you try to bring conflict to it, they can go back to your videos and point out the shit from their videos where you got information from, and then chose to follow up with your own topics. That's snake behavior. I don't like shit like that, because you ain't telling people where you got the information from. And so let me say it like this: you're saying some people's pages, but you're not saying everybody's pages, but you're taking information. The problem with that, the issue with it is you're not specifying where you got what information. You're just saying, which is true, that you got it from different sources, but you're not saying which source you got what information. And I have a problem with you taking my intelligence and then deciding to do your own video on it as if it's your intelligence, when your intelligence is biting off of somebody else's. I have a problem with that. You ain't gonna do that to me for free. No. So I will not be putting any of my astrology stuff up here or my relationship stuff up here. I will not, because these people will steal. They're not doing any of this stuff. And then next thing you know, you'll find somebody who's now incorporating a certain thing into what they're doing now. And yes, people get ideas all over the place, but when you are biting off of somebody else's idea, that person don't know you doing it, or you think that person don't know you doing it, you think you're okay as long as that person doesn't know that you. That's snake shit. It's snake shit. You ain't about to do that with me, and you ain't about to do that with my customers either. They're gonna be protected. So I'm not doing my readings. I decided that I'm not doing my readings. Not as far as my astrology readings and my relationship readings, I will not be doing them on YouTube. No, I will only do public stuff. Well, let me say this, stuff that everybody knows about. I'm going to keep it that way as well, because people are, you got some real snakes out here that don't really have their own purpose or vision, or they're not really creators on the not necessarily on the internet, but they're not really creators for public speaking or activism and stuff like that, where you got to be out here fighting on the cause and stuff like that. So they don't really have all of that going for them. They're just coming out here knowing that things are changing, and I heard one content creator she was telling people on her channel, she was telling people, if you are over 50, you need to, if you are over 50, if you are 50 or over, you need to get a YouTube channel. You need to start a YouTube channel. You need to get on YouTube. Or I heard somebody saying, if you don't have a YouTube, you need to start creating. You need to get on YouTube. It's like a movement of sorts, where now all of a sudden everybody wants to be on social media. Everybody wants to be on YouTube. Everybody wants to be on YouTube now. So for me, that means it's time for me to back off and find something else. That's what that means for me, because I'm a light worker who has to isolate her energy. I have to isolate my energy in more than one area. That's the best way for me to sum it up. So I'm still going to be doing my YouTube videos about topics of concern. Like I love, y'all know how I love my crime shows and interrogations and stuff like that. Anything dealing with child victims and stuff like that. Anything dealing with domestic violence, mental abuse, mental support, stuff like that. I'm still doing videos on that. But as far as my healing work, that stuff is going to be done in a different way, in a different source. I cannot do that here. The YouTube has a lot of mixed energy, and I get that everybody wants to be involved and seen and able to be themselves and all that other stuff. I'm good. I support that. But for me, this wouldn't be the place to put that sacred work out so people can see. No, because I take what I do seriously. So I don't ever want couples to feel like, they're out there for everybody to see. No, it's not going to be like that. They're going to have a choice. I'm not going to do that. And as far as my astrology readings, I'm choosing to do that on a different platform, because everybody does astrology readings on YouTube at this point. Some of them are not even astrology readers. They are just tarot readers. That's not the same thing, because it's a lot of tarot readers who are not astrologers, and that's very interesting to me. But no. No, not on here. So any readings that I do on here will just be about whatever topic that I'm doing on YouTube. It won't have anything to do with my relationship stuff and spiritual readings or anything like that. I've decided not to do that, because I know this type of energy is, oh my gosh, it's rampant all over.